This is your fault, Marcus.
Hi, welcome back to the Nothing But Games podcast. My name is Matt. Today I'm joined by Mike and Marcus.
Hey, how's it going?
Why?
And
You're actually going to use that as the intro?
we're going to talk about some video games today.
He is, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm down.
It was 15 seconds. We
Solid.
could use it. It's not. Hang on.
We don't monetize it. It doesn't matter.
It
Oh,
was
it's
15
solid
seconds.
exactly 15
It was
seconds.
15 seconds.
We don't monetize it. It doesn't matter.
Why not?
We're not making
Is that
money
how that
off
works?
of these.
Hit monetize.
Yes, we'll get 1 cent every year,
That's okay.
and we'll split it amongst the three of us.
I call the biggest share.
Let's
Of
just
that
hit
one
monetize.
penny.
Just monetize all our videos. That's fine.
Do.
Can't even get a custom link yet to our channel.
Solid.
Anyway, welcome. How's it going?
Not bad, not bad.
Nah,
All right. You're off the show.
great. Do I get to go home?
No, you have to sit here and suffer the entire 45
Yeah,
minutes.
you have to listen to us do the show without you. And every time
It's
you have to come
happened
here and
before.
listen to us do it without you.
It's happened before
Has it?
once, and I don't know. What kind of information would you guys have without me? He'd be like,
Yo.
"Oh, Counter-Strike.
That-
Oh, Zelda."
That was an awesome episode we did, just me and Matthew. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The one you guys did without me, though, not nearly as good.
Right, sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anyway.
Do. You got the song in my head.
I know. So, a whole bunch of random news this week.
Random news.
Thanks to Marcus for finding it.
Hey, some of them are me too.
Shut up, Mike. It's the abuse here on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm an abused child.
Yeah. If you want to contribute, if you ever feel like, hey, these guys,
Continue.
if you want to contribute, ever, and you feel like, hey, these guys are idiots and don't know what they're talking about, which is basically like every episode, send us news at nothingbutgamespodcast@gmail.com. It's been like 2 minutes, bro.
Yeah, you did it quicker 1 week, so I'm not going to comment on it this time.
Damn it. All right. And, yeah. So, news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
News.
segue
You
there.
gonna read it?
No. I'm
Okay.
going to say it.
Let's just sit here quietly for a minute.
Why?
1 minute of dead air.
Yeah.
I think that the audience will highly appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just skip ahead a minute from now.
Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, anyway, so let's get into it. Whole bunch of random news this week. We've got to get that energy up. We're going to start with this month's Game with Gold because it is the beginning of the month. August happened on Tuesday.
August happened on Tuesday. Yeah. Breaking news.
Yeah. Yeah.
In case you weren't aware, August happens
Some
on
people
Tuesday.
aren't aware. You'd be
But
very
see,
surprised.
what if you live in Australia, then it happened the day after Tuesday?
Wouldn't
What
it
if
be
you
the day
don't go by the
before?
Gregorian calendar?
It would be the day before, Mike.
I want to stop talking about this.
Okay.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
anyway.
Games with Gold.
Yeah, Games with
PS
Gold
Plus
and PS
free
Plus.
games. I don't know what they call them.
PS Plus games.
Plus free games.
Anyway,
Not an original title one.
Games with Gold this month are Slime Rancher, Bayonetta, Trials Fusion, and Red Faction Armageddon. Very nice, very nice. With the value of around $90. And the PlayStation games, you got Just Cause 3, which is a good one. Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry.
That's the
Black Flag one, right?
Black Flag.
Watch
Almost.
yourself there, Marcus.
Almost.
He literally almost did it.
Caught myself.
That's actually hilarious.
Almost. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Almost. That was the Black Flag standalone DLC with Adewale.
It
Yes.
was.
That was great. I played that.
Never played that.
It was good.
Should probably download that.
Flag.
With the L there.
Oh, yeah.
Emphasis on the L.
Anyway,
Continue,
moving
sir,
on.
continue.
Super Motherload, Snake Bell, Downwell, and Level 22.
Downwell is. I've seen a couple of videos on that, and it looks pretty cool. It's like pretty much it's like a platformer, but you're going. Mike's just casually squeezing the living hell out of his water bottle.
I was trying to be quiet, okay?
But yeah,
Yeah, this
Downwell
guy's
is
trying
like
to be quiet, and this guy's sitting over here,
yeah.
you know. I don't understand.
Sorry, Marcus, please continue.
Downwell looks cool. Continue.
All right, that's
I
fine.
actually haven't really heard of any of those.
You've never heard of Just Cause 3?
No, I meant other than
Bayonetta?
Just Cause and Overwatch. Not.
Yes, Overwatch.
He turned
Free
the page
for
and I
everyone.
saw Overwatch. Assassin's Creed and Just Cause 3. I've heard of those ones for the rest of my head.
That's what you call getting wrecked.
I'll just be quiet.
Yeah.
For the rest of the podcast.
Yeah.
I'll just sit here quietly.
More or less, yeah.
It's pretty much what you do.
Nintendo announced...
No
also-
arms or no legs, Mike. That's pretty much how you are. You do nothing, all right?
Nice office.
He's a useless child.
Solid office meme reference. Right
Yeah.
there. Anyway, sorry, continue. Wow,
American
really
version.
good off topics today.
Right?
Bad. It's all your fault, Marcus. Say black
All right.
flag.
Yeah, Mike, yeah.
You almost said it now. Oh, boys, we're switching the topic right now. So those are your games with gold and your PlayStation Plus. I apologize for the almost racist comments. It's fine.
It's not racist.
It's not racist.
Well,
It's
you
more
said-
of just extremely...
The word black was in front of it.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Flags
Racist
can be
and
black. That's
homophobic,
fine.
I guess.
What'd you say?
Why? Flags are not... Oh... I'm going to pretend like I was ignorant to that.
I missed what you said.
Never mind.
Okay,
It's fine.
continue.
Let's just move on.
I apologize to anybody. It's fine. Moving on.
Who is a flag? We apologize.
Stop saying it.
Oh, flag? Like the Canadian flag?
Oh, continue.
All right. Anyway. Oh no. This episode's getting taken down, guaranteed.
Okay, sorry. Just go.
Yeah.
Just stop. Let me have the chance to do this. Just read the next topic.
Nintendo has announced possible SNES pre-orders available at the end of August.
They
How do you
didn't give a
feel about
Not
specific
possible,
date to that.
definite.
They just said, yeah, at the end of August they're going to do it.
this? Really? Because they didn't for the NES. so
Right. But again, I don't know if they did in the US for the NES.
I'm not sure.
I'm
No,
not sure
they
either.
didn't do it anywhere. That
No?
Yeah, people were like complaining.
I know in Japan they definitely did. But I
I'm
don't know about...
not excited.
Yeah, because you're going to get phone calls all day, every day.
I do get phone calls every day, but
Take this. What about from a consumer perspective? What do you think about that?
with the consumer perspective, honestly, I absolutely love it. The fact that you are now given the opportunity to do so. It was like the Switch, people, the diehard fans, the people who actually, deserve and want one, they are going to work to get it rather than just, people
hoping you walk into a store and get one.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what people did with the NES Classic. They called like 3 days later probably. Like, hey, do you guys have NES Classics? It's like, obviously not. It's been 3 days. And Nintendo doesn't know how to demand.
I feel like who knows if because this is obviously a product that appeals to not only hardcore Nintendo fans and gamers, but also the general public. But I don't think the general public is really going to be aware that pre-orders, like, I don't really think pre-orders are even in the vernacular of like the general public.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
But they did say. So yeah, I don't know if that really works out to their benefit for the person who just wants to buy this for their kid for Christmas or whatever. But also, they did say that they'll have more in stock for each store that they send it to. But who knows how much that means?
Yeah,
like
more
2
could
extra.
be one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It'll
You
be,
know
yeah,
they're
it'll be
gonna
like
understock.
2 that the employees
Yeah.
at this store will.
they're gonna
like,
take
so,
that
yeah.
all the you know they're gonna understock it for sure. Like,
Yeah.
That's not even. It's just by how much they understock it, right?
Yeah.
And if the pre-orders are all they have for this, if they only do pre-orders and they don't have any walk-ins, then that's going to be a major problem. Because, like
gonna be-
Marcus said, the casual fan is literally not going to get a single one.
Well, hang on.
because casual fans don't pre-order stuff.
My store received 16 of them.
NES. NES?
Yeah, day one. Keep in mind. That was it. Every other time it was like 2, 4. That's it. Once every like 3 weeks. But so I don't know. Hopefully, what that means is we might see like 32 of them or something, right? Like double at least.
Honestly, I'll take just 16 at launch and then just keep constant restocks.
yeah, every week.
Because
at
you
least.
do that, you keep the demand going because people keep seeing if they're available, and then this time they'll actually will be available and they'll be able to buy it.
Exactly. And for all of those listening, no, retailers are not allowed to tell you their stock. Stores are not allowed to tell you their stock. Stop asking, please. You have no idea.
That's triggered.
You have no idea. I have people coming from this store or another store being like, "Oh, they told me what you have." Yeah, well, you're not allowed to do that. So out now. That's it. End of story.
Well,
You say that to the customer. You just say get out.
More or less, because then they cause a problem. So
I think Nintendo's the real problem.
it is. It is. But-
They just hate money.
Apparently, like I don't understand.
They made so many Wii
You know
U's
what?
and so little NES Classics. It's so weird.
Maybe this is what this is. The NES and SNES Classics are just like the Wii U's that they destroyed, and they just made those.
That would
make sense.
that would be smart.
They just rip them off.
Recycle, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oh, I'm wearing a shirt with the recycling symbol on it because
he's a weird boy.
He likes reducing, reusing, and recycling.
No, it's the whole GameStop, EB Games, trade your games and buy recycling. Anyway,
you sounded so dead inside when you said that.
Right.
Yeah, I did. It's fine. What else can we talk about here? I guess
if you just went in order, this
yeah, why
wouldn't be a
don't you
problem.
go in order? Why is he
just,
not going in order?
He just jumped to the middle when you started
Honestly,
talking.
Matt.
I jumped to the middle because for the beginning of the month. All right, that's it. So let's talk about. We're on course with Nintendo. So the Metroid amiibo unlocks hard mode.
Fusion mode, it's called, but
Whatever.
it is the hard mode.
Please enlighten us, Marcus. Explain your thoughts.
It's cool. No. The fusion mode / hard mode that they have for Metroid Return of Samus for 3DS. I don't really know. They've done this already with, in a sense, with the Zelda Breath of the Wild DLC, where they had hard mode behind the Season's Pass. Mm-hmm. What I find, I don't really care about things being locked behind an amiibo in order to get into a game. I feel like when it's an entire mode or something that should be in the game already, like a hard mode, or if it was an entirely new map or whatever, what have you, that this should be something that you would already have in the game day one, or if something that you should be able to at least buy separately with either a microtransaction or a DLC. Because the one thing is, will they even have enough of these amiibo for everyone who wants it? Yeah. Because that's, bar none, the most annoying problem with amiibo is that they're usually hard to find.
Yeah, I definitely say there's two problems with this. One is, like Marcus said, you can't really throw something as simple as a hard mode behind a paywall like an amiibo.
If it was just if
it's just reskinning of the
skins of Samus or whatever.
Yeah, but it also depends on what the hard mode is. Is it a completely redesigned game where you have to play differently? Then maybe you could warrant that being behind a paywall. But if it's just like the Zelda one, which is just enemies have more health and they regen health, and that's a simple programming thing that you can do easily that I shouldn't have to pay for. And the second problem is what Marcus said before with the amiibo. You don't know how much of these Metroid amiibo they're going to stock, especially in considering Japan. Probably Nintendo of Japan decides how many amiibo they make, and Metroid is not that popular in Japan. So will they make enough to satisfy the demand in North America? Probably not. And then so people who are willing to pay for it and get this hard mode are not going to be able to. So that's a twofold problem with this.
The whole thing is, Breath of the Wild, it was different because it's the DLC you can access at any point, at any time, with a $30 cost. That's it. You just need a credit card. You walk into any store and be like, I want it. That's it. The amiibo thing, that's the biggest thing, what you guys are saying. How many they're going to make, all that kind of stuff. Nintendo has not been reliable on producing the amiibo, except for the Animal Crossing amiibo for some apparent reason.
Yeah.
Because
whatever. That Lottie.
They really think that Animal Crossing characters are fucking as popular as Mario and Mickey Mouse, apparently.
Apparently.
Yes, because everyone knows Lottie.
And Blathers.
Well, how do they tell you about Celeste the Owl?
It just boggles my mind the way Nintendo decides to do things.
I can understand what they did for Breath of the Wild a little bit better, because for their thinking there is kind of you're going to buy the DLC anyways for the story mode. Might as well give you some other extra features to make it worth the money, right? That's what they were thinking when they did that. But this is literally saying you have to pay whatever amiibo is, I don't know, $15.99 or something for the hard mode. And it's I don't know if that
I don't mind
is worth it.
I don't mind skin cosmetics, or how even the Samus amiibo for it just gives you an energy tank. So if it's a skin or a power up or whatever for the game that you can use once every day or whatever, then that doesn't matter. But an entire mode, especially since it's just a hard mode and not even a new map or something, like you said, pack or something. Yeah. An entire a hard mode is something that should be included in every game. Having to pay for that, whether it's behind the amiibo or behind the Season's Pass for Breath of the Wild, I just find it a dumb move.
Let's just hope it's not a future thing that Nintendo does all the time, because
And
they're setting the precedent, which is not good.
And the thing is, you can't really even like protest behind this by like choosing not to pay for it and vote with your wallet, because they're gonna know like the amiibo are gonna sell no matter what, and people are gonna buy these, and they'll think, hey, we got away with this. Same with the DLC. People are gonna buy the DLC for the other story pack that's coming out later this year. So there's no way to not buy the hard mode just to show that there's no way to vote with your wallet in this case.
Yeah, you're right.
Because if you don't want to buy the hard mode, you for either Zelda or Samus, then you're not able to get either the amiibo you want or all of the new story modes.
Which is, I think, is what Nintendo is banking on, right? They're banking on people saying, hey, I'm going to buy the story mode for Zelda anyways. I'm going to buy the amiibo anyways, you know? And then they're hoping that people think, hey, cool, it comes with this too. When really, that should be included with for free.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. But I just hope that this doesn't inspire other companies to do that too. I mean, we are seeing a lot of DLC, especially for the bigger games. The Call of Duty Seasons Passes are $50. Battlefront was $70. Things like that, right? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous prices for DLC nowadays.
The Fire Emblem Echoes Season Pass was $60.
For what?
For like the season pass.
No.
I don't even know what it contains. Probably just new maps and stuff. But that's literally more than the game itself. The game was $50. This is Canadian, obviously.
Yeah.
So think about that. The season's pass is worth more than the game. That's weird.
When it comes down to it, I mean, it depends on what it is. I don't know. We can't do anything about it. That's the problem. The community is too big to really just group together and protest in a sense, right? Mm-hmm. There's too many different opinions going on, and I don't know. DLC is slowly killing it, but oh well. I mean, it's our fault.
I don't have a problem with DLC. I have a problem with things that should be in the game being locked behind DLC.
It's overpriced DLC and you're paying for something you should have had already. That's what it is. At least do DLC properly, right? Where it's just like you
Mario Kart 8. Every time you think about DLC, just do it the way Mario Kart 8 did it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, more or less. Okay. New Xbox One controller designs released.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I mean, they look nice. They have a black version of this one already. It's the combat one with the grids
Halo
on the
Combat
side.
Evolved?
No. Now this one's a navy. The second
Mortal
one...
Kombat?
No. The second one is a whitish gray with underneath the sticks, it's green.
Yeah,
Looks
I like
pretty
that
nice.
because it reminds me of the 360 color scheme.
Yeah. And the third one is actually a fade. It goes from red
Like the
or
haircut.
black to red, which looks really nice as well.
It's like a gradient.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely love it. I love the full customization aspect of it, but they are also releasing other colors for it that look very, very nice. So
It's cool. Well, it's funny how they keep even making new controllers, even though they already have the whole like custom like design your own controller on their website, where you can switch the colors of like buttons and joysticks and the entire plates.
Yeah, I wonder how that did, because they haven't really talked about it since they announced it.
I mean, it's very limited on what you can do with it. I mean, you can change that stuff there.
Yeah,
you can change the colors of a lot
yeah,
of pieces.
It's not as advanced as the controllers that they're putting out, like the special editions controllers like these, but it's still like a nice alternative.
Yeah, it's nice, and plus you can like put your name on it and stuff. But that's it, right? There's nothing more than that. Yeah. You can't really add more. You can't add like a gradient effect. You can't add the fade effect. You can't make it do all this stuff, right? But for overall, like people did have fun with it. I saw a lot of cool designs and color options. So yeah, with that. But if you haven't seen them, go check it out. You can probably find an article on like IGN or something that shows off the 3 new controllers. They come out later this year around October. So yeah, yeah. Okay. Moving on. Mike mentioned this.
I did?
Yes, you did.
Good boy.
Right?
Thanks, guys. Can I get a treat?
No. NBA 2K18. Apparently not physical for the Switch right away.
At launch, it's going to be digital only.
Which is super random. I don't
really know why they maybe they just figured that they spend more time manufacturing the Xbox One and PS4 versions, but even then it's like, really? I don't get it.
I don't understand it myself. All I know is that the game does very well. So
Oh, I'm so interested to see how it does on Switch.
NBA 2K is one of the best-selling franchises ever so far today in video games.
Like we saw last week, it was like what?
Yeah, it's always it's usually like always in the NPD with like that GTA 5 and Minecraft, pretty much, and like sports games. It's something that's evergreen and like sells forever. But
the highest edition of it that you can pre-order right now is $200.
Does it come with anything worth $200?
No, it's straight DLC to my knowledge. To my knowledge, anyway. It would come
headbands.
It would come with it would come with a whole bunch of like the VC points and stuff for Ultimate Team or whatever. I know I'm using the wrong terminal. Yeah, but I don't remember. I don't play the sports games, but so Mike, can you do me a favor? Can you tell me what you just received on your phone?
It's a GIF of Stanley Hudson from The Office looking at me funny.
I just wanted to bring it up. It was funny.
Very good for a visual show.
Yeah. Just on your iPhone, just type in Stanley
It's a very
Hudson.
visual show we got going on.
On the YouTube channel, upload to,
It's way too much work. It's at timestamp of 26 minutes, if you're interested.
Cool.
You're going to forget that, I know.
But yeah, the reason why it's digital only, it's beyond me, but I honestly doubt, like, the Nintendo, this will be, like, the worst selling version of the game.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't really think having physical copies on their day one is really a detriment to them.
Yeah.
Because most people who are buying this, like the hardcore, are already playing on PlayStation or Xbox already. So
I feel like if someone's going to buy on the Switch, they're not going to like care about the physical copy. It is like it's just a basketball game. It doesn't have a physical appeal that some other games would.
And like we see how NBA 2K and even FIFA are coming to Switch, and these are two of the best-selling game franchises so far. I'm just wondering if they'll have the same appeal on the Switch and sell as much on a console that we saw how we're going to talk about soon how Street Fighter 2 did pretty well. This is a console where people are hungry for software, but I wonder if the people who are hungry for this are the people who want to buy things like FIFA and NBA 2K, or if people who play FIFA and NBA 2K like religiously even own a Switch already, or will even want to get a Switch just to play these in a handheld version or on the go.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how they sell, but we'll have to wait and see for those.
I'm just going to piss off a whole bunch of people. I've never understood the appeal of sports games, especially to people who buy them every year and people who say, because I know a lot of people who play them, they're like, oh, I spend like $2,000 on FIFA every year for like Ultimate Team and stuff. It's just like,
well, if you're into that stuff, you're into that stuff.
No, I
spent a lot of money on Zelda stuff, and most people would be great. Would say, "What the fuck are you doing with your life?"
I've never understood the appeal of it. It's just me. I'm not bashing anybody. It's just like it's the same game every year, like identical. It's just roster updates and bug fixes, and that's
it. Could be it could be a platform, but they make too much money, so there's no point in just releasing one version and iterating on it each year. It's like how. I believe it was someone from Ubisoft used to say about Assassin's Creed how they used to keep making it everywhere because they kept buying it, and you're not going to obviously just create or just stop something if it keeps making money, or just create a platform for it if it keeps making money.
Exactly.
No, it's not the developers. It's just I don't understand like the fan base.
Yeah, the fan base, right? But yeah, we were talking about why.
No, I know.
Why is there one each year? But the fan base it's just because what people like. If people who like to watch sports, pretty much, I'm pretty sure there's not even a Venn diagram. It's pretty much just like two circles on top of each other. People who watch sports and play sports games, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's just I've never understood it. It's like you're spending $100 every year for this thing, and every year I get the same reactions. It's funny because I work at the minute launches and this and that for like NHL and FIFA. People come to me and they're like, "Oh my god, it's going to be amazing," and this and that. And I'd be like,
this is just like the general public and people who only buy like maybe 3-4 games a year, and people who play their sports games, play Call of Duty, maybe they'll pick up like a Battlefront or Destiny, and it's a game that lasts you pretty much years on end. So,
I mean, it's cool. You would think
for them.
You would think, but then it gets replaced by the next one, and then people go and spend like $200 again on it. I'm just like, why? But I don't know. That's just me.
I feel like part of that too is like if you have like a group of friends, right, and like they're all playing one version of the game, and then one person jumps to like the 18 version, and then everybody's like, oh, we should all join them too. And I feel like that's probably part of it too. It's not they want to buy it every year. It's just that if their friends are playing it all on one system, on one version of the game, they have to jump ship.
It's just me. I don't personally understand it. because there's realistically speaking, the jump between 17 and 18, there isn't one. It doesn't graphically look better. It doesn't play better.
Everybody understands that sports games literally don't change. And every year at E3's press conference, we're always so confused when they spend so long on the games.
Right.
And it's just like, guys, it's the same thing.
It's okay.
And this year they introduced a story mode, and it's like, or like the Madden one's like an action adventure game or something.
Those actually look cool, though. Those are like, they're actually trying to interest people who aren't sports game fans.
Yeah, props to them for doing that.
Because like the NFL one is like almost a Friday Night Lights kind of like story mode and everything.
Have you seen the trailer to it?
Yeah, the long shot.
It what's it called? Honestly, it has one of those like generic football stories. Why are you here? Because football is my life. Like that's, I hear it all the time at work. Right? That's literally the hell of the trailer. Because ball's my life, man. That's why. My dad told me.
It could be a heartwarming, fucking emotional story, or it could just be like a tacked on thing. But it has I can't remember the actor's name, but Cottonmouth from Luke Cage.
I don't remember.
It's so nice.
Regardless, I just don't get it.
So definitely props to them for actually trying to make it different.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while since there's been a major change in the sports game. So
yeah,
props to them for doing that.
To be honest with you, when you sit and play sports games, or whatever, I bought Madden one year actually. I played it with Sal.
I knew you were going to say that because that's what I was saying before, right? One of your friends gets it, and you're like, "Hey, that looks pretty cool. I'm going to jump on shit."
Yeah,
that's definitely part of the reason why they sell so well.
Keep in mind, I didn't buy it for full price.
Obviously,
I have standards, but I bought it one year. It was fun, but
I played my MLB The Show.
Well, yeah, but would you?
I wouldn't buy it every year. No.
Yeah,
I think I have 16 or 17.
Whatever. I think it was 16.
16.
I think so.
Yeah. It wasn't 17 because 17 would have been this year.
Yeah. Anyway, regardless, just a little rant or
moving on.
Email us why if you buy the sports games, email us why you do it.
Don't think we get that audience, but anyways, continue.
It's fine.
I don't think we get a audience.
That's true as well. That's what I meant.
And audience. People who.
So we talked about this for our dedicated fans who remember everything we say, even though we don't. We talked about this Ultra Street Fighter 2, how we thought it didn't launch well. Or I did. I'm going to speak for myself.
Well is relative here. You got to remember that, right?
It's
because according to Capcom, right, it exceeded their expectations, right?
Yeah.
You don't know how much that means.
I would bet it's a couple 100,000.
Oh, for sure, it's a sizable amount, but it's not like the game sold millions of copies, and that's what they mean when they say it did well.
No, of course.
You got to keep that in mind.
My argument was it was $50 Canadian for a 20-year-old game, and everybody's argument towards it was that's not logical and that's not worth it. But then again, our previous conversation anyway,
and it was also a launch game, which I remember too.
Yeah,
right? So people looking for games at launch, like, hey, Street Fighter, hey, I used to play that as a kid. Yeah, sure, I'll pick it up. Right?
So that wasn't a launch game.
Or a launch window, at least. So
yeah, it was within the first it was one of the first games that were on the system.
It was maybe like a couple months.
Regardless, it was launch window.
Yeah. Anyway, it just from the information that I received from different Nintendo representatives, it didn't seem like it did well. Maybe just in our general area, but apparently it did better than they expected. And Capcom, which is actually very good, they will continue to make Switch games. So that
I think they were probably just shocked, but this is just a side effect of people have nothing really to play on Switch, and there's only a couple games really coming out a month for this thing, and you see something that's recognizable as Street Fighter, people will flock to it, even if it is really overpriced for a 20-year-old game.
Yep.
But what I'm just curious to is, because after this Capcom, I'll go into the next thing of how Capcom recently said that they're going to make more Switch, they have more Switch titles in production now. And does this mean I'm pretty sure this means a lot of them, if not all of them, are probably remakes or remasters for their games or just Switch ports. Mm-hmm. But I just wonder if these are going to be more overpriced, like Super Nintendo and fucking like GameCube games and stuff like that. And whenever we get the inevitable virtual console, where instead of being able to buy, say, a Street Fighter 2 or Ghosts and Goblins or whatever for $10-15, we're gonna have to pay for a $60 version with a tacked on fucking shitty motion control.
Yeah,
side up.
That's a valid
side
fear.
game.
It's a totally valid fear, especially if they look at the sales of Street Fighter 2 and they say, hey, we can make more money on some of our older games too. And yeah, that'd be a pretty bad situation if they were to do it like that. Especially since Ghosts and Goblins and games like that are already available on the Virtual Console for $5 on Wii U.
If we even get a Virtual Console.
Well,
right?
I think if they don't, they're dumb.
It's Nintendo. They're dumb. No offense. But they don't like money.
I will not argue that with you.
Speaking of Capcom, Marcus, you said you wanted to mention something else.
Oh yeah, well, even after just a little while after they went out and said that they are working on more Switch games, they recently announced that Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch later this year, so late 2017. But also PS4 and Xbox One versions are coming August 29th. Mm-hmm. So there we go. We already know there's another Capcom remake, and Capcom's really guilty of doing a lot of remakes this generation. We saw with like the DMC ones, putting out Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom and others.
Mega Man.
Yeah, there's the Mega Man Legacy Collections.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, collections. Come on, Matt.
Oh, okay.
Plural.
Doesn't even listen. But yeah, what's interesting though is that Revelations 1 at least was a 3DS launch title, if not launch window. That was
it was launch window.
Yeah, well, because the 3DS was so weird how Nintendo had the crappiest games on it with Pilot Wings Resort, Steel Diver, and 3 versions of Nintendogs plus Cats.
As the launch games, yeah.
Yeah, and then you had
solid.
Yeah,
Wait.
but then like you look at third party. What?
Doesn't that sound familiar to the launch you just had in March? Mm-hmm. Oh wait. Thanks,
No,
No,
there's this thing called Breath of the Wild.
No, there were more Nintendogs games than there were first-party games on Switch. So,
hey, Nintendogs, man. That was
yeah,
a
but
good
then
sell.
even on 3DS in the launch window, the third parties, there was like I think it was a Ghost Recon game or a Splinter Cell game.
I thought you were going to say Goat Simulator.
Yeah, I believe it was Ghost Recon.
yeah, Ghost Recon.
And the Resident Evil and Rayman, and there's a bunch of random stuff, like Ridge Racer. But now there's But yeah, it's coming back here because even the second one, I believe, was just a 360 and PS3 downloadable game, like digital game. So now it's coming back to a Nintendo platform, and it's cool. Like, I don't have a problem with, like, I'd say this would be worth the price that Street Fighter 2 was, rather than just a fucking 20-year-old fighting game with a shitty motion control side added to it.
that first person.
But I just really wish.
Solid.
Well, I don't know if they went out and said pricing, but we'll see.
It'll be $50.
Probably.
Guaranteed.
I can't see them doing lower.
But I think this is just only the beginning of Capcom making a Switch a port machine for them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully if these two Revelations and Revelations 2 sell well, maybe they'll port 7 over, but that's probably a long shot, but you can hope.
Probably not.
I did say it was a long shot.
So, one last important thing that I know is very important to you two. The watching over of...
Wait, are we going to finish? There's one more Capcom news.
We can just skip over this part. Nobody cares. Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
We got 2 new Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite characters. Guess what? Are they X-Men or Fantastic Four characters?
Nope.
No fucking course they're not. We got Dormammu and Firebrand. Firebrand from Ghouls and Ghosts, of course, and Dormammu from Marvel Comics. None of them are X-Men or Fantastic Four characters. Makes me upset.
Sad.
That's been your monthly update of where are the X-Men in video games.
All right.
Continue on.
As I was saying...
Where are the X-Men in video games? That should be our new segment. Our new segment. Where are the X-Men in video games?
You want the X-Men in video games? I'll go buy Ultimate Alliance. Back on the PS2. There you go.
As I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted, topic very important to you.
Summer Games. Honestly?
Yeah. For what game?
So, Overwatch, obviously.
For watching over?
Yes, watching over.
Nice.
Honestly, I remember hearing, because I got Overwatch in probably November.
I was saying Uncharted, I just realized that.
You're getting excited for the Lost Legacy, aren't you?
Yeah, man. August 22nd.
That's coming out.
August 22nd.
Matt, you need to at least play the Uncharted games.
I do.
He borrowed my Nathan Drake collection and never played it.
I did, actually. I got to chapter 6.
Of the first game?
Yeah.
Chapter 6. He had it for like a year, and he got to chapter 6 of the first game.
I did.
That literally takes 3 minutes.
Nope, couple hours.
Yeah, if you're bad at video games.
Exactly. Anyways, as I was saying, before
What
I was
were you
rudely
saying,
interrupted, I was talking about how I'm really excited for the Overwatch Summer Games event. Why?
Oh, because he didn't have Overwatch back then.
Exactly, and all I heard was how good the Lucio Brawl is, and so like I'm super excited to try that out.
You know, I never played it.
Yeah, because you're a dumb boy.
No.
But there have been. Do you know all the new stuff?
What do you mean by new stuff?
Or like the new things that they've added? Do you want me to list them off?
Sure.
Unless Matt has them.
I haven't. No, he doesn't have them.
Someone tells me Matt doesn't have them because he's a bad host. He's a bad host.
Right? I haven't actually looked into the details yet.
There was a developer update featuring Jeff Kaplan, everyone's favorite.
Daddy?
No Dino Flask video.
Jeff Kaplan is my daddy.
Okay, we're moving on.
Hang on. Oh, Mike moved away.
I braced for this one.
Mike moved away this time.
Anyways,
right.
yeah, some of the highlights that were listed were that Lucio Ball is returning, but there will be also a new Lucio Ball map other than the Brazil one from last time. Yeah, Sydney, Australia. And Lucio Ball will also have a competitive mode. So just like just like competitive mode in regular Overwatch, that you have like 10 placement matches. I'm not sure if it's 10, but you do have placement matches in Lucio Ball, and you get a spray for completing the placement matches, and if you're finishing top 500, you also get an exclusive Lucio Ball spray for being in top 500.
Oh, that's cool.
You can now buy. Back when Summer Games was a thing, you could not buy the sprays with credits. You had to only unlock them in loot boxes. But now they're allowing you to actually buy the sprays, not only from last year, but from this year as well, for the new things that they add. Or I said sprays, I meant skins, but I guess all the other items too. But the cool thing about this is that legendary skins during events normally cost 3,000 credits, but for the old skins, so like say the ones that they had for Tracer and Zarya and Lucio, they're going to cost the same amount as legendary skins do regular, so 1,000 credits, while the newer ones will be 3,000.
Right, to help people that missed them last year, I guess. Which is cool. That's a good idea for them.
And in that, Jeff did tease that there will be a Junkrat and Mercy skin. So, Mike, our mains.
Yes.
We're good.
Mercy, here we go.
It's nice.
Oh, if there's a Mercy skin, like, I'm going to play it all the time. Gotta unlock
He said those outright, and then he also hinted that McCree and Widowmaker fans will be happy. And also, the event runs from August 8th to the 28th.
That's a pretty large window. I don't remember if the other events were that long.
August 2nd. It started August 2nd, maybe to 22nd last year. I'm not entirely sure.
It's about a month every single time.
Yeah, well, this is great. I'm going to play that for sure.
You won't.
But yeah, I'm Lucio Ball.
If there's a Mercy map,
Yeah, I'm excited. Lucio Ball was really fun, especially when you would get glitched and there would be like an Ana in the map. Whatever the fuck. It would happen all the time. And it was really funny.
When you launch off the jump pad and then you accidentally hook another player as well, you end up on the second point of Ilios.
And they're also changing the way that the ultimate works in Lucio Ball, where as previously last year, the way that the ultimate worked is that when you got Lucio's ultimate and used it, the ball would you'd suck the ball towards you. But now it pretty much Jeff described it as becoming like Super Lucio, where I believe your alternate fire, the L2, where he has like a whole blast of sound, his boop that recharges quickly. He has faster speed and he can jump higher, so stuff like that. And that's pretty much it for Summer Games.
Yeah, I'm excited to play that for sure.
But Lucio Ball was cool. It was a really fun. Mode, just like how they usually do for event modes. Same with Uprising and Junkrat's Tower of Terror. Did you play Halloween too? Were you in that? Oh, you weren't in Halloween either.
No, I missed Junkrat's.
It wasn't Tower of Terror. What was it? Junkenstein's Revenge. Fucking Disneyland ride.
Yeah.
Junkenstein's Revenge was amazing. I just want them to bring like Lucio Ball and Junkenstein's Revenge back, but instead they're like, no, it's like, you want Lucio Ball, you want the Uprising event, here's fucking Capture the Flag, the thing nobody asked for back. Let's give you that.
Well, capture the rooster.
Yeah, but now it's Capture the Flag.
Yeah. Well, they did bring back Lucio Ball, so hopefully for the Halloween event they'll bring back Junkenstein's Revenge.
Listen, if I wanted to play Capture the Flag, I would have downloaded Halo again. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, other than that, there was Doomfist. We didn't talk about it last week because we recorded on Wednesday, like we are again today. So we didn't get to play as Doomfist yet, but he did come out on Thursday. And
I haven't played.
You haven't played as him. I played as him. Doomfist. He is a 3-star hero because since I play on PS4, I don't get to try him on like the PTR or anything. But from playing for I guess for perspective, the people who I usually like to play as are mainly like defense and tank heroes. So Junkrat, Mei, Torbjorn, like Orisa and
Those
Winston.
first three you mentioned, like, come on, Junkrat, Mei, and Torbjorn.
People,
like,
yeah.
There's
Come
3
on.
heroes that make me want to hang myself.
right? You know, Mark just likes annoying people when you,
Right?
when
Yeah.
you lift those 3
It's the
people.
best thing.
Ugh.
I'm not really too much about attacking, but I also do play Soldier 76 a lot. And even healers, pretty much Lucio and a lot of Zenyatta lately.
Did you see my
really?
eye rolls? Did you see my eye roll?
I didn't.
Oh.
Who are you eye rolling? Soldier?
Yeah.
Well, everybody plays Soldier.
Are you
He's
a
just
one-trick
basic-
soldier main?
He's just a basic.
Matt, you don't even play Overwatch anymore.
I don't. I play good games.
Zenyatta's good, though, so I definitely...
But yeah, so that's pretty much who I play as. So if you want to take into account my skill level, I barely even play competitive that much. So this is all coming from like quick play. I don't even think he's available in competitive just yet.
He's not. No.
Yeah,
About
Doomfist
a
is.
month.
Yeah, he's a 3-star hero, and he's really difficult to like get the hang of. He has his 3 abilities are pretty much like an uppercut, a charge, where you like charge his fist, and then he does like a Reinhardt style charge. But not as he doesn't go as far as a Reinhardt would. And then his last one is pretty much he has like an arc where he like goes from, say he's like standing and then you press your R1 if you're on a PS4 controller, he'll do like a little leap and slam the ground and pull enemies towards him. But say you uppercut and you're in a high area, he'll that slam to the ground he does will do a very more powerful.
Very more
powerful. What the fuck?
Very more powerful.
He'll do a very more powerful version of that. I'm not a writer, but yeah. So I find it. The thing though that I find is that it's very weird the way that he moves. I feel like he's so fast that you can barely tell when he like say if he uppercuts, when he starts from the ground and he goes back up. I was telling you this earlier, where you just see like a bolt of lightning go by and you barely know where you're getting hit from. Because even when because his fist attack when he charges you, it not only just punches you, he also sends you flying back. And if you get hit into a wall, that'll also do like a shit ton of more damage to you. Mm-hmm. So you're constantly getting like stunned from that. And he's very annoying to play against, I would say, if you don't know what you're doing and if they do know what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, it's very early on, right? So I think, like I was mentioning to you before, like I think we just need time to kind of learn his abilities and learn how to defend him and how to play against him.
But once again, he's very satisfying if you're able to pull off a lot of good combos with him, and he's very much like a fighting game style kind of character in terms of design and play style. But yeah, I don't see him ever being a character I would move into like my mains or be as an attack hero that I would like to play as. But yeah, he's a good character, I would say.
Yeah, I've never really played attack heroes very much either, so I feel like I probably wouldn't like playing as him either. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm definitely gonna try him out hopefully soon if I get time. But
and if anyone will let you pick him,
that's true. I'm sure it's probably really hard to pick him.
You can play 6v6 Doomfists in the arcade.
It took a second to think about that. Can you imagine just like all the people charging?
That's a mode that they have right now.
Oh, for sure.
6v6 eliminations for Doomfist.
That sounds cancerous. Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
Because you just love Overwatch so much.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Matt. Now what?
Well,
are we done?
I think so.
Are we done?
Have you been playing anything recently?
I've been playing tons of new games
Matt,
lately.
we have to like force Matt to put on a segment.
Right?
No. I know my segments.
Well, I've been playing a couple games lately.
Yeah,
First, I played Until Dawn.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Hold on, just to preface, this segment's gonna be filled with games that came out like 20 plus years ago, probably.
Hey, Until Dawn was only like 2 years ago.
But it's like fucking year-old games that we've been playing because we're too poor to buy new games and like nothing has been.
Well, I've played a new game lately as well called Hey Pikmin.
Oh, hold on, but you said Until Dawn first. You can go for Until Dawn.
Okay, fine, Until Dawn. Until Dawn. First thing I have to preface here is I really like those kind of games, as you guys know.
So, like, yeah, pretty much adventure style.
Adventure styles, like choose your own adventure style games as well.
Pretty much the Quantic Dream style.
Heavy Rain, Life is Strange, those kind of games. Like I love those kinds of games.
Matt, I almost just wrecked your phone. If you want to pick that up on the couch.
But yeah, so previous, I really love those type of games. So when I first played this game, I was like, it didn't take much for it to hook me.
So
okay, I won't say anything to spoil the stories. But yeah, the story's pretty cool. I'm not gonna say
it takes a wild turn. About 3/4 into it. You finished it, yeah?
Shh.
No, relax.
Don't say that.
Well,
yeah. just like hopefully Marcus play it soon, so we can talk about the story. I don't know. You probably know about it. Do you? Do you know about the story? Okay.
Yeah, I'm fully aware.
Hopefully play Marcus. We can talk about it because I thought it was pretty cool. Like the gameplay is the classic like Heavy Rain walking. Like it's so bad you can't control it. Like that's how like all those games are. But you just got to deal with it because
you mainly want to play it for like the choices.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're playing it for. And if you can get by the mental hurdle of walking around is so freaking annoying, it's a fun game and it's really enjoyable. And the choices that you make in this game are more like in depth than any other games I've played. Like Heavy Rain, you could change the story, but like I felt like there was a one linear path that you had to take all the way. In this game, I feel like it branches off a lot more than that.
This is a question I know you're going to answer.
I guess you asked me the question.
This is a question I know, or this is something I know you're going to either agree with or very hastily. The butts, they were modeled very nicely in that game as well.
No comment.
Aren't they like teenagers, Matt?
Nah,
Yeah.
they're
like 19.
like college.
Yeah.
Teenagers, late teenagers.
Well, there's some activity,
Also,
sexual activity in that game, so
rated M for mature.
it better be rated M for mature.
They're
Wasn't sure.
stupid teenagers and whatever.
Also, Mike, you said Heavy Rain was like more linear. I disagree. You're crazy, man.
No, I'm not saying like entirely linear, but like the story had a pretty straight arc that definitely had lots of branching arches. But I feel like this game has more. I didn't mean it was linear like an Uncharted game was linear. I meant it was more linear compared to
playing Until Dawn. You're gonna find that it's in the beginning. It's very calm. It's very like whatever. You're gonna find it as like
don't
the plot points. You're gonna feel
just like any other like thriller movie.
This was supposed to be,
it's a perfect thriller movie.
Yeah, this was supposed to be expected, and this and that.
I enjoy
and blah,
thriller
blah,
movies
blah.
too. So
How
that's
long
why
is it?
Oh,
You can beat it in.
No, I literally beat it in like 8 hours.
Yeah, it's not hard.
There's 10 chapters, and each chapter is about the later ones are about an hour, but the earlier ones are less than that.
Then the environments will make you think. You have to pay attention to every piece of dialogue in this game in order to do things properly. And then 3/4 into the storyline, again, I'm not going to say more than that. You're going to look at it and be like, where the hell did that come from, kind of thing, right? It's
like any game like this, pay attention because
yeah.
the answers are like in Heavy Rain, right? The answers to the spoiler at the Heavy Rain, it's there if you pay attention close enough. It's the same thing.
I never really do. I just like I'll go there and then I'll be like looking around the environment. Like, oh, let me pick up this cup.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I was also hoping that this game had a lot of easy trophies. Like Heavy Rain, it didn't have like the platinum wasn't easy.
No, fuck no.
No, but I'm saying like there are a lot of trophies that you can get. But this game has barely any trophies.
Is it not platinum?
No, it's a difficult platinum.
Damn it.
I played through the game and I got like 2 or 3 trophies. I had to like do a couple of things again to just get a couple more.
Like
I was hopeful it was more, but it wasn't.
So you can get all 28 endings or whatever.
Yeah. This game is like, save everybody or whatever, so it's whatever.
There are multiple different endings with different people and characters and whatnot, but it all depends on the end of it. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah. Do you want to go next, sir?
Yeah. With
the game you've been playing?
I finished Dishonored 2 last week.
Did you
after
actually?
Starting it in like December.
Solid, nice.
Yeah, it was like eating away at me. I'm like, I can't like forcefully, like I have to forcefully like fucking make myself beat this game, or else I'm never gonna be able to like live with myself. So, and I love Dishonored 1, and I could say that I like the first one better than this one, seeing as how this one barely hooked me. I don't know if it was like the story or maybe it was because I was playing as Emily and her powers weren't as intriguing to me as Corvo's were.
Who did I play as? I played as Emily.
Mm-hmm. I think most people probably played as Emily.
Yeah, because you played as Corvo in the first one, so it's like
do something new. But it's more Dishonored. It's a really good game. But in order to do it, I pretty much just I said fuck it, and I just threw everything threw balls to the wall and straight up just went and murdered everyone. I stopped trying to be stealthy and I just murdered everyone so that way I could just get to the end of this game.
Yeah, that's one of the problems I always had with those games. It's kind of like if you didn't feel like being stealth, you could just run in and just start killing everybody. And then the game was less. I felt like the game was less fun if you weren't being stealth. I don't know. Maybe it was just me.
Because it definitely is a lot of fun it's fun when you're playing stealth, and even when you're getting caught and you have to just murder everyone. It's still a fun thing.
Right.
But yeah, I was just charging through and just trying to get to the end, and I still enjoyed myself. But because it took me 2 hours to do that, rather than the other 12 it probably would have taken me to get to the end of it. Because I stopped at chapter 6 or something, which was pretty close to the end. I had 8 or 9, I think. But yeah, other than that, I've been playing now Paper Mario Color Splash, everyone's favorite Wii U game. I'm like, might as well just, before I send this off to the pastor to shoot it in the head, just like get it off, get one more game out of it. And people have been complaining recently about the Paper Mario series over the past couple of years since Sticker Star came out. How
everybody hated Sticker Star. Everybody,
because what the Paper Mario series has done is pretty much go further and further away from it being like an RPG, where you don't really even get to level up your. You don't get to choose what to level up anymore. The attacks are all pretty much you collect. In this game, at least, you collect cards. So, say you collect like a boot or a hammer or or like an iron boot, whatever, just like variations on boots and hammers pretty much, or like a fire flower in order to do attacks, and you pretty much just get these by collecting and hitting blocks or hitting things with your hammer in the overworld. And rather than being an RPG where you get to choose each attack for like each enemy as you could before, you pretty much just pick the cards, or what it was in Sticker Star, the stickers, and it's applied to like all the enemies. So it's very simplistic, but in this game specifically, the card combat is so annoying because what happens is you're on the gamepad, and fuck, now I remember why the gamepad was so annoying. The cards are all laid out to you in the gamepad, and you have to choose which ones. And since this game relies on like paint and recoloring the entire town, some cards are painted, some cards aren't, so you have a paint meter and you have to paint some cards. So you get on the gamepad, you have to scroll through all of your cards. They're not like organized in any way, you can't filter them, you pretty much have to fucking scroll with your fingers, and sometimes you're misarranging the cards. Misarranging a word?
No.
I wanted to say rearranging, but I'm not rearranging.
I don't think misarranging
I'm gonna go with misarranging as a word.
No.
Okay, continue.
If irregular can be a word,
I'll allow
not
it. Continue.
Irregular.
I'll allow it. Continue.
I won't allow it.
Shut up, Mike. I'll allow it. Continue.
So I'm misarranging these cards with my fingernails and shit because I'm touching the gamepad, because the stylus is like way too slow to use this thing. And yeah, it's just really annoying having to put all the cards there, and then having to swipe. Then you have to swipe up. So it's pretty much the process to attack one enemy. If you want to do one simple jump on an enemy, rather than pressing A like you could in like Thousand Year Door or whatever, you have to wait for everything to load first of all. Then you have to go select your cards. You have to scroll through everything, select your boot, say yes. Then you hold it to color in the boot. And you say you're ready, and then you flick upwards to get to the boot onto the TV screen, and then you wait for Mario to be like, oh fuck yeah, I'm using a boot, and then he walks up to the enemy, and then you do like the classic rhythm that you would in Paper Mario, where you press A in order for him to get the rhythmic stomp in order to, you know what I mean?
Sounds like a lot of
it sounds like a lot of useless work.
Yeah, so if they had cut all of that out entirely, I would have been fine with it, but yeah, I don't really care about what people say, how Sticker Star and Color Splash, they're pretty much garbage games, at least Sticker Star. I find them okay as, they're pretty much adventure games now, and I like that. I like the art style. It's, especially on Wii U, this game looks fucking beautiful. And, yeah, coloring in everything in the overworld is a cool mechanic with your paint. And I'm almost 2 paint stars in. You have to collect 6 paint stars. I'm at the second one. It's probably around maybe 30 hours, I'm gonna guess.
The total game?
Yeah, I was looking on howlongtobeat.com. Great website.
I've used it before.
Yeah.
I used it for Until Dawn?
Yeah, it lists it around 30 hours. So, and also, I'd say my favorite part of the game is the writing. The writing in this game is fucking impeccable. You have to just look up some of Paper Mario Color Splash's best moments. Oh, I was sending Mike some of them. It was great.
They're pretty funny. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, you have a toad that just I forget what it is, but the toad just ran. You do something for the toad, and he's so excited, and he's just like, "Yeah, boy."
That's your classic.
One of the best things, I'll say, my favorite
meme.
one. Was you have to rescue you have to rescue a bunch of toads that are just locked in a house. So you you repaint the entire house, and then all of the toads just come flooding out, and then there's just one toad that just comes out a couple seconds later than everyone else, and he's like, "Oh, thank God you rescued all of us." It got really awkward in there because all of the toads. Anyways, I'm gonna move to a different town now.
Okay. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to play it, but
the writing in it is just so good, man.
Yeah, that's really good. Nintendo's actually digging into the humorous
localization,
side. Yeah, localization is on point. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, but I have no interest in that game.
Yeah, boy. It's a new thing now. I actually have played other things.
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike?
No, I've played other things than Counter-Strike this
League
week.
of Legends.
Halo?
Dota.
No.
Dota
And
2.
No.
Dead.
Halo.
No.
Halo 2.
No.
Destiny.
No.
Destiny 2.
Did you play Wolfenstein yet?
Oh, yeah.
Did you play more than the first 10 minutes?
No.
Finished Uncharted.
Bioshock?
Bioshock.
No.
Okay, let him talk.
You guys looking over at my shelf.
Player Unknown Battlegrounds.
No.
PUBG?
So I did play some Counter-Strike this week,
Of course.
as per the usual. I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on my Nintendo Switch.
Solid game.
I started Dead Rising 4. Absolutely phenomenal. Super random. I saw it on my shelf. I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it today. So I picked it up, started it, killed a whole bunch of zombies, and it's honestly a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to popping it in again, sitting there just murdering things. You know, you can just, it's one of those games you gotta just sit back, relax, make stupid weapons, and just kill everything. So
It's like Hyrule Warriors, right? Where there's like just massive enemies and you just like cut through them.
you
like
just
they're
cut through
nothing.
them. Yeah.
Never played Dead Rising.
One of my favorite weapons right now, like you get it right in the beginning, and this is an older weapon from the older games. You grab a sledgehammer. You played Dead Rising, right?
I've played, Dead Rising 2 and a bit of 3.
So you'll remember this. A sledgehammer, you strap grenades to the front, and it doesn't do
safe.
It doesn't do what you think it does. It actually just makes everything explode. Like around you, it doesn't affect you at all, and then
It makes no sense.
you slap the ground, and like a wave of explosions.
Because that's how physics works.
Yeah, but a lot of fun. Honestly, a lot of fun. It has a super random story. Like it's like right in the beginning. There's this girl who took you out. She wants you to start reporting again, and Frank, and you go to this secret military base that apparently are like creating zombies or something. This is in the first like 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm not spoiling anything. Can you not write on my table? Thanks. Anyway, you gotta.
Wow, Mike.
So you're gonna try to like uncover it, and then you it's fantastic. Just go play it. It's not that expensive anymore. Game's been out for a bit, but honestly, it's a lot of fun just to screw off. And if you want something to just like, just sit on your couch, just hang out with,
Yep. You can also do that with Hyrule Warriors. Solid game.
I would say Hyrule Warriors is more, any Warriors game, you can just, you don't need to be paying attention to anything. That's
You're just mashing buttons.
Yeah, Dead Rising, at least. From what I remember playing into, Dead Rising was more of, the combat isn't just like tap, 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 because it was, at least in 2, it was a bit more sluggish, so you have to actually,
The Dead Rising games are a little sluggish.
And that you also have, like, the side missions that you're doing. I don't know if they changed this format in 3 or 4, where you there's a lot of, like, time-based,
No, it's still the same.
Oh, yeah.
Still
So,
the same.
yeah, you have to, like, complete a side mission within only a couple of minutes or however long you're doing it.
It's still the same.
That's why I never finished 2. I played maybe a quarter of it because I didn't really like the format of it.
Yeah. But honestly, it's a lot of fun.
The weapon customization is always what's cool.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Definitely something that I'm going to be continuing within the next week. Maybe I'll stream it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Twitch.tv/NightmareMC.
2 eyes, yeah. I'll link it in the description. Other than that,
Mike had one more game. Mike had an
actual new game. I'm the only one who's actually playing new games now.
What?
Hey, Pikmin.
Hey, Pikmin.
So, tell us about it.
Is it as easy as everyone says it is?
I wouldn't say it's easy. It's more of just like the solutions to the puzzles are like stupid and frustrating. Like I remember a couple times you have to like backtrack all the way to the beginning of a level and then go all the way back to the end to get something and then go right back. And it's just like, why do I have to do this? Right? There's not creative. Sometimes I feel like the levels, like they're kind of really lazily designed. There's not a lot of thought that goes into them. They're just kind of like follow the path. Oh, here's a branch. Here's a branch. There's not like I remember you played Tropical Freeze, right?
Yeah,
obviously.
Oh, one of the best.
That game was great, right?
One of the best games of the past couple of years.
I felt this game had the potential to be that, like in terms of
No,
just
I don't think so.
No, in terms of like the platforming, but like just the way they design the levels is just not even as close.
Well, if it is it Pikmin in the sense, is it a 2D strategy game or is it a 2D platformer?
No, that's the thing. It's not a strategy game. Like the puzzles, like they're not like Pikmin puzzles. You know, it's not like we're in like Pikmin 3. They throw you into this open world. You can go wherever you want. It's not like that. When you start a level in this game, you have no Pikmin on you. You have to find the Pikmin in the world, and they only give you the Pikmin that fits that level, right? So you have to go to a certain area. I don't know. Another thing that I found weird was like it has the double screen thing. I don't know if you've ever seen gameplay of it, but it does
It's
a
called
double
a
screen
DS.
thing. No, but like not all games that have 3DS have the double screen. Because like the world, the screens are one, so like you go from one to the other seamlessly. But like, I always hate games like do that because it's tough to decipher the depth. I guess is the way of saying it. So many times an enemy has come through for the top screen, and I thought I had more time than I did, and then it killed me because I didn't realize it. Maybe that's just me being an idiot, which is possible. But like I always hate games that do that. So that's one reason why I hate it. I actually wrote down a couple of things here. Another thing I hate, you know, when Pikmin, like when a Pikmin dies, you hear that sound like,
Yeah,
you know?
they turn into ghosts. And
Yes.
Yeah.
In this game, the enemies make that sound. So, like, every time an enemy dies, I'm thinking, oh, I just lost a Pikmin. But I didn't. And it's probably the most annoying thing. Just imagine this. It doesn't make any sense why they would do
constantly
that to me.
killing enemies, and you think you're constantly losing your Pikmin.
And especially since in these levels, like, I remember Pikmin 3, you could have, like, hundreds of Pikmin at your side at once. Right? In this game, you can have, like, max 20, I think. So, like, if you lose a Pikmin, it's a pretty big deal because you don't have that many. And, like, it's just really annoying when the enemies die as the same death sound as the Pikmin. Yeah, it's really dumb. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Pikmin. But overall, like, I'm on the 7th world, I think, now. I've only put in, like, 7 hours, though, so it's a pretty short game.
Is it worth it?
No.
Yeah, there was that and Metopia.
That came out, too. I didn't get that, though.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm liking it, but, like, would I, if I knew what I knew now, would I still buy it? No. I would definitely wait for a Black Friday deal or something to pick it up. So if you're interested, for all those listening, if you're interested in this game, wait for a deal and then pick it up. $25-$30. It's worth that. It's not worth $50.
Deal or no deal. Howie Mandel. Don't shake his hand.
Don't shake his hand. He will be mad.
Also, earlier I was saying that when I was talking about that word, what word did I make up?
Misarranged.
I was saying if irregular can be a word. I meant irregardless. That was eating away at me. Because irregardless doesn't make any fucking sense.
I've never heard of that term before.
Me neither, actually.
It's a word, but it just means...
What does it mean?
It's pretty much just fucking regardless.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's an informal way of saying regardless.
Okay.
That's definitely like a slang word that
that's
made its way into the dictionaries.
Yeah.
I'm going to be totally honest with you. The entire time you were talking about Pikmin, you said Donkey Kong, or you said Donkey. One of you said Donkey Kong before it. So in my head, all I had playing in my head was bum 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 da 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 da. The theme song was just going. I don't know. It was great.
That's not weird at all. You should listen to me when I talk. I'm very intelligent. Have you played Chocolate Freeze?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, it's one of the best
games
amazing ever. I'll say it right there. Probably
Probably
the best game of all time.
Okay. You know, I also made an observation recently. For all the games that I've, like my favorite games of all time, I max out at 180 hours.
180?
180. For some reason, I don't know why. It happens with all the games. Twilight Princess, 180. Overwatch, 180. Mario Kart 8, 180. Hyrule Warriors, 180.
It's funny because
E.T. for the Atari, 180.
I don't know. I get the 180, and for some reason, Breath of the Wild, 180, I stop playing. Every game.
It's funny because I just hit like 700 hours of Counter-Strike.
It's because once you play the game for 180 hours, you make a 180 and you go and play something else.
Oh!
Now,
we have to end the podcast right now. That was just too good.
What were we going to say?
Matt, make a 180 and get us out of here.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Tune in next week, Fridays, at the normal time that we usually upload, which is global and
whenever it finishes exporting.
Exactly. And we'll see you again soon. Email us questions, concerns, comments, anything at nothingbutgamespodcast@gmail.com. We'll see you next week.
Last thing before we go, I just want to say, we are only 4 weeks away from Life is Strange, everybody. Who is pumped?
Life is Strange came out a couple...
Life is Strange before the storm. Shut the fuck up,
go.
Marcus. 4 weeks. Who's pumped? I am. Let's go.
Bye.
Take care.
Chloe's coming back. Max is 2 in the bonus episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye.